What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Vampy Book Club. Well, you guys know this is going to be a special episode since it's at 7 o'clock. We're going to be talking about the Vampy movie from 1996, and we're going to be talking about a bunch of other stuff about the movie stuff. And I'm going to have a special guest, but he's not in right now. But I had to bring my main man, Delman, in.
What up, yo?
What's going on? What did you think? What did you think?
Uh, it was rough. Yeah, it was rough to start, but I bored through it and watched it. Yeah, and I watched it. So, and I told you before we even did the show.
Yeah.
I when I tried to watch it for the first time. I barely sat through it for like about 20 minutes or so.
Right.
I had to turn it off.
And I told you it was bad.
Yeah,
I warned you it was bad. And I'm a Vampy fan, and I thought that thing was bad. But I had a feeling it would, because now looking at the screenplay, it was who it was written by. I'm not surprised. Forrest J. Ackerman and somebody else wrote the screenplay. So let me bring it up on here and tell you guys who wrote the screenplay. So the freaking screenplay was written by, it says Forrest J. Ackerman and here we go, cast and everything. So yeah, Forrest J. and Gray Gerani.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, got it.
And then Jim, and then directed by Jim Wynorski. So that was a surprise.
Jim Wynorski?
Wynorski, yeah.
I'm not familiar with that name, but he must be like a kind of a new guy.
Oh no. He did the Swamp Thing movie with the chick from Melrose Place.
Shannon Doherty? No.
Melrose Place.
The
blonde. The blonde.
That's right. I was thinking of 90210.
Yeah. But yeah, so he's known for doing the Swamp Thing movie with where the flower grows out of her foot.
Got it. Okay.
You remember?
Yeah. That was funny.
Yeah. So whenever and so what did you think?
I had to. So all right. So I actually so there was like 3 attempts that I did on the movie. All right. So the first time, like I told you, after like 20 minutes, I turned it off. Then I watched something else. Then I actually watched it from beginning to end 2 more times. Just to kind of like, the reason I try to watch movies at least twice from beginning to end is to just for first time it's like just for entertainment factor, and then the second time to really focus on the story. So entertainment it was pretty rough because of it was kind of, I just thought it was kind of cheesy,
right?
But it seems like they really tried to make it a nature motion picture, but it was kind of cheesy.
Here's the box art for the film. So the only time she really wore the only time what the hell is her name again? Teresa Soto. Only time she actually wore the Vampirella, the close to comic book accurate, was during pretty much box art or photos like
promotional type of stuff.
Yeah. Because and then you know what the movie one looked like. So here's what the movie one looked like.
Yeah, very different.
A big pair of underwear and a bra.
It looks like the act. Was that like the stunt woman? Maybe.
I think so. I think that's what it was. But I can understand why they did that for the movie, because think about it. Her throwing kicks around or punches around, stuff's gonna fly out of there.
Yeah, especially with the top. Yeah, with the top. Yeah, it's like things are wardrobe malfunctions.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like I thought like just like usual Hollywood movies from that period, from the
Mm-hmm.
'90s and earlier, they kind of strayed from.
Well, but before we get it deep into '96, and I remember I told you about the about Hammer Films wanting to touch it for movies. So
Right.
there was ads for it in the Vampy comics in '76 during '76 time. Vampy coming, Vampy, a major motion picture coming by Hammer Film, but something happened, it fell through. But they already had an actress in mind or a model in mind that they wanted to play her, was Barbara Lay, and this is one of the first, the photo first set photos they had. Like the same thing with this one, box art. Pretty much, they were taking a bunch of pictures with her. They were gonna use for the film or whatever. And well, what's Warren gonna do? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Hello.
Yeah, it's Simply Incredible podcast, my boy. What's
Simply,
going on?
awesome.
But like I said, she was supposed to be, and then something happened. Warren had a bunch of set photos, I guess. What are you gonna do with the set photos? He likes using repeats of covers. So maybe instead of using repeats of covers, he goes, "Damn, I already took all these photos. I already paid this much for this stuff, so might as well use them for covers." So from '69, you skip one, and then they start coming with a bunch of other photos. You know what I mean? A bunch of photos from set and stuff like that, and then some, then Harris ended up buying it, and then somehow it ended up '96. We got this thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I hope it doesn't happen again. You know what I mean? Where me and you read up on it. We know Dynamite has the rights, and they're working with another movie company. But I hope they don't wait for forever, like they did with this one, where stuff falls through. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. I hope they don't wait forever, because a lot of times it's like it gets to the point where, welcome back, Simply Incredible, and
Yeah.
it was just like it was a lot of times they wait forever, and then they don't have as much funding as they did
Yeah.
originally, and that's where it kind
I
of
honestly hope not, because I want a decent movie. We already got a crap one already. You know what I mean? Yeah,
Yeah.
and you try to sit through it 3 times. So
Yeah. I sat there 3. It's like, so my first attempt at watching it, I barely went in 20 minutes. I was like, oh my god, this is so bad.
I gave you that big warning too. I go, hey, be sure it's a yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. It was. It was a movie. '96. Teresa Soto, and then we had. Hold on, I can read you the cast list here. Teresa Soto, the guy from the Who, the head singer from the Who, Robert Daltrey. Then we had Richard Jose something playing Adam Van Helsing. And then it's a whole group of good people. And then we had Forrest J. Ackerman in, so he was in a scene. If you remember in the movie that they were in a bar, and supposedly when she walks by, these guests in the bar, there's an older gentleman sitting at the bar, and that's supposed to be Forrest J. Like with his back turned to her.
Got it. Oh, yeah. I remember that.
Yeah. So, and then the funniest thing was I didn't catch this the first time I watched it. I caught it telling you to watch it. I watched it again. I'm like, oh shit! I didn't know that for you know how Forrest J. You know how would you call it conceited or not? Where he puts himself in the movie, or a character named after himself in the movie. Would you call that kind of conceited, or would you call that like?
Well, I want to say conceited, but it's a little. It's kind of a little bit of an ego behind it. And actually, Simply Incredible. You can find it on YouTube. Yeah,
Hold on. I'll put it in the chat. Give me 1 second. I'll put it in the chat so you can watch it right now with us talking about it.
Yeah, you can find it on YouTube. It's streaming on. You can find it on YouTube. If you type it, Jeff is gonna look for the link, but if you type it in Vampirella full movie, you'll find it.
You'll find it. You'll find it.
Yeah, but that's how I was able to view it myself.
I gave you the link anyways.
Yeah,
because I knew about it.
Yeah. So, but it was, but it's kind of like there are some guys like, like so Simply Incredible is saying like kind of like Alfred Hitchcock was he was in everything he did. Oh, well, like almost like more current day. What Quentin Tarantino? Seemed to be in all his movies. He always had like a small role.
At least they were small roles in the movie. But this is not. He's not even. He's in the movie, but he's not a talking character. He's actually a character named after him, pretty much.
Yeah. So yeah, it was exactly. It was a with the character named after him, and then he had a non-speaking role. They all have egos. They all have ego. So it's just the way to do it. It's like it's my movie, so let me do it. And heck, look at Sylvester. Going back to like Sylvester Stallone with the movie Rocky.
Yeah,
he sold that script for cheap, but the big thing that he wanted to do was star in the movie.
Yeah,
because it's his movie. He wrote it and all that. So, but going back to the Vampirella, it's like it's to answer your question. I think it's a little bit of an ego behind it. Yeah. So that's the way I see it. It's like what a way to stroke your own ego.
Yeah. I mean, it was good. I mean, don't get me wrong. It was interesting.
Yeah.
The way they went. It was. I mean, that's why Jim Warren didn't like his take on Vampy anyways, because he thought it was too science fiction-y. And Warren wanted a little more horror type. You remember how I told you when about the first issue how he hated the freaking the take on him. So guess what? Forrest J was the one that got the movie rolling. So guess what happened? Forrest J gets to say what he wants to do with her. So that's why I'm kind of glad that Dynamite has it now, and Dynamite might actually do it some type of justice.
Because they could if they do it the right way, they could be kind of a little horror-ish, like horror type movie. Because the only reason I say that because like if they get the right director, if it's a good script, the right script with the right director. The only reason I say that is because I think of the only one of the vampire movies. Is Blade. Okay, so I look at Blade. Okay, if you go from Blade 1 to Blade 2, Blade 2 was the director. He was known to do some horror,
right?
And so that I feel like Blade 2 kind of was a little bit horror type in a way because wasn't his last name Del Toro, who was known for a horror director because he did Mimic and a few other movies. He was a director there.
Here's Tim. I heard Tim pop in.
He pop in? All right, awesome.
There he is. What's going on?
Timmy.
What's going on?
Hello. Hold on.
Are you having audio issues?
No, he's using his phone. That's it. I can tell.
Can't hear anybody.
You have audio issues. Can you hear anybody, Tim?
Can you hear us? You can wait, but can't. Hold on. Let me see if I can see you.
Hi.
Okay, let's see if I can fix.
It says the host has muted your mic.
I unmuted you now, but we can hear you. Can you hear us? Uh-oh. He's frozen.
No, he's not frozen. He's looking.
He's looking.
Yeah, he's not frozen. See?
Okay. We can hear you.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, simply incredible can hear us.
Yeah.
I think Tim, their person.
Yeah.
Can not hear us. Yeah.
Oh,
So you could. Oh, he logged off. Okay.
Okay.
He might
have to pop. He might have to pop back in. If you guys don't know who Tim is, he's my LCS guy. He's the guy that got me started on YouTube. So, he owns We Love Comics. So whenever I need anything vampy or anything comic book related, I go to Tim. So we'll get Tim back in a few minutes, and we'll figure that out.
Yeah, Tim's he has a great shot. So he's located here in Tampa.
Yeah,
We Love Comics. Definitely one of the great shops to if you're looking for new comics and back issues.
Yeah,
give him a little plug. You know.
I always give him a plug whenever we try. But I can't wait to see. Oh, there we go. Here's Tim's back. Whee! Can you hear us now?
Can you hear us, Tim?
Can you hear us, Tim? Try your laptop.
Try your laptop.
Hold on. I can go to personal. Hold on. Personal chat. I should be able to. Private chat. No. There. Nope. Don't got private chat on here. Uh-oh. Tim, go go to your laptop. Hold on.
Hello?
We can hear you. We can hear you.
I can now hear you.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry, guys.
You're good. So what you think? What did you think of the movie?
What did I think of the movie?
Yeah.
What movie are we talking about? Vampirella?
Yeah.
From 1996?
Yeah. Or,
Vampirella?
Or we can call we can just say it out loud already. They kept calling her Ella in the damn movie. So what did you think of the Ella movie?
Girl.
Well, vampire lady, Ella, the vampire lady, Vampirella.
Ella, vampire girl.
But you already know my take on the movie, and I'm a Vampy fan, and I thought it was bad. So I warned you to it. It was bad.
Look, it's a Jim Wynorski film. What can you do when you watch a Jim Wynorski film?
Right.
They're all, D-list movie films.
Right.
This was under the Roger Corman Presents release.
Right.
So even Roger Corman distributed it. So it's a Roger Corman, Jim Wynorski film. What can you expect from it? But horrible acting. Actually, I thought Roger Daltrey was having fun with it.
Yeah, Daltrey was having. I can see Daltrey having fun, but you can tell that Teresa Soto didn't want to be there. It felt like someone.
Yeah. She didn't seem to be. Well, I mean, what kind of history did she have as an actress, or is she just a model?
I think she was I think it wasn't her first movie. I know this wasn't her first movie, but when did Mortal Kombat come out? Did it come out before this or after this?
Oh, that's right. She was part of that whole Mortal Kombat.
I think it came out a little bit later.
Yeah.
So she was. Yeah, but even Mortal Kombat, it felt like if you watch Mortal Kombat and this, it felt like the same thing almost. The way she acted in it.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm sorry. I take that back. Mortal Kombat came out in 1995, so it was before Vampirella.
So, so if you watched, Mortal Kombat and saw what her acting looked like, that's good. It was bad.
Let me ask you something. Why is it that on the back of the back of the DVD?
Uh-huh.
Why is it that she's wearing a better outfit on the back of the DVD?
Hold on. This is the movie outfit.
Yeah, that movie outfit. Let me tell you,
Yeah,
that was horrible.
But the only time that she wore the outfit in general, what I've heard or what I've read on the movie was only box art, like poster art, like 8x10s to sign and stuff. That's the only time she wore it. During the movie, did not want to wear it because she was scared of slipping out of it.
Okay, so it's a boob.
Yeah, or some type of crap or whatever. But I would have loved to at least have when she's at the apart, like you guys have seen the scene where she's at the apartment. At least him giving her outfits. Hey, you might want to try this on or whatever. Like
right.
You know what I mean? And go and then at least gave it a homage, going nah, too skimpy or whatever, and then just tossed it aside and just just kept the other outfit. That would be understandable. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but they could have just changed her outfit completely and only had her in it at the beginning, just for a short period of time, and then just given her a more sensible outfit to wear.
Right.
That could have been. I mean, let's face it, she was flying a spaceship at one point. I don't think you want to fly a spaceship in that outfit or the other outfit for that matter. I mean, she's out in space. It's cold out in space.
Yeah. Or at least gave her a cloak or something. If that was
exactly like a cloak or a cape or something like that. But
right.
Yeah, she actually had done some acting before Vampirella. Even with just some Mortal Kombat, but there are some other stuff too,
but smaller stuff. And then this was a small film. And then she ended up retiring from acting anyway because she married the guy from what the hell was it? I forgot who she ended up getting married to, but yeah, it was. So Tim, what did you think? Honestly, what you think? You're an actor. What did you think of that movie?
Look, it's a low budget film with, there was a couple of good actors in there.
Right.
There was a couple of cool characters that I enjoyed.
Right.
I didn't mind her that much.
Right.
She was tolerable.
Right.
I mean, I said, Roger Daltrey looked like she was having fun with it. The guy who played Adam Van Helsing.
Right.
I want to say his name is Richard Joseph Paul.
Right.
He seemed to be having some fun with it, although there was a lot of things that I saw where there were editing mistakes.
Right. And that
happens in low budget films as well. Yeah. I did anybody notice that that there was a vest that Dracula was wearing at the beginning, and then all of a sudden Van Helsing had it on, same vest. It's like, did they not go to costume and realize that that's Dracula's vest from when he was on Dracula? Why is he wearing the vest that Dracula wore on Draculon? I'm like, wait a minute, that's the same vest.
No, but that's why I had you guys watch it because I didn't really notice that until you pointed it out, and I'm like, holy shit, Tim pointed this out to me. I'm like,
yeah, it's like a black vinyl vest with like little diamond stitching on it, and Dracula's wearing it when they pull him out of I guess he's in prison, and he jumps up and he scares them all. And he's like, oh, I'm coming with you. He's wearing that vest. And then all of a sudden, later on in the film, when Van Helsing's actually hunting Dracula, he's wearing the vest. The part where he's like falling out of the back of the van that they had Dracula after they captured Dracula, he was wearing that same vest. I'm like, that's the vest that Dracula was wearing when he was on Draculon.
Yeah, the actor's name that played Adam Van Helsing, Richard Joseph Paul.
Richard Joseph Paul. There you go. Yeah, Richard Joseph Paul.
Yeah, it was. But like you said, I'm surprised. But like you said, low budget, so that they go, nobody's gonna really notice if
Okay, it's like it's a little bunch of films like a costume share. But I thought one thing I thought that was kind of fun was the so if Adam Van Helsing, okay, yeah, they acknowledge that fact that he's a son of the next generation or the son of the other Van Helsing.
But it would have been nice to actually see the other Van Helsing too, like how we see him in the comic books. You know,
but I thought it was fun that he was a vampire hunting unit that was like a secret military thing that he has to go into the back of his store, go into an armoire, go down an elevator to like a secret layer to go to the gunaway. It's like, but he's like a secret supernatural covert, government unit to go after supernatural.
Oh, it was called Operation Purge.
Yeah, Operation Purge. That's right. Operation Purge was like a secret operative covert thing that's part of the government, kind of like a secret, secret thing for the government, going after vampires and supernatural things.
Yeah,
that part was fun.
I didn't fall asleep in it. Let's put it that way. I didn't fall asleep.
Right.
I kind of liked some of his henchmen, some of Dracula's henchmen.
Oh yeah.
I want to say there was one character, I think his name was Damon or Damien, where he gets captured and they threaten to put holy water into his veins.
Yeah, inject holy water.
And I was like, wait a minute. He's originally from Draculon. He's not part of the whole holy water thing. Holy water wouldn't have done anything to him.
Yeah,
because he's from Draculon.
Yeah,
that's right.
So I was like, why are they using the tropes of what we thought were vampirism and vampires and stakes and crosses? They already established that crosses don't do anything to Draculonian people. Right, so why were they threatening him with holy water? Blessed by the Pope himself.
Right. But if you actually see who wrote the screenplay, you know why some of this corny stuff was in it. Because Forrest J. Ackerman was the guy that wrote the screen. Forrest J. and somebody else wrote the screenplay. Because Forrest J. wrote it, but like me and Del was talking about issue 1, where James Warren did not like his take on Vampirella. So James Warren ended up, his company ended up went bankrupt, and Forrest J. ended up being able to get it made. So guess what? He's gonna his version of her made. So that's why a lot of that corny stuff, because he's known for being the science fiction person, being the science fiction guy,
right?
J. Ackerman. Yeah, so there's gonna be a lot of those science fiction tropes in his hit thing. So it's like, if you knew who wrote it and watched it, you understand why there was so much of that stuff in it. It was like if you read for the first issue of Vampy 1, where he wrote it, it's pretty much almost word for word type stuff. It was like certain things were like him.
I got to admit though that I totally didn't know who Dracula was in the second half of the film, because I didn't realize it was the same actor. But when he took that little ponytail thing off the side of his head, then I was like, oh my God, that's Dracula.
Well.
Yeah, and he ends up being a rock star later on in the movie. I thought that was funny. That's like, so that's why I think what's his face, Doherty was having fun with him, because he got to play his real life
counterpart
job that it's like you gotta play a rock star, and it was like, all right, and might as well just use one of my songs as a part of the soundtrack too.
So they're looking for Dracula, and there's a rock star who comes around the same time that Dracula disappeared, and his name is Jamie Blood.
Yeah, Jamie Blood.
Yeah.
Who ends up being Vlad,
and he's on posters in kids' rooms.
Yeah.
And this whole Operation Purge can't find him. I get it. That little ponytail thing that he had on the side of his head. Boy, that really, it's not like he was wearing hypno glasses like Superman.
I was about to use that reference, saying it was. It's like
hypno ponytail.
Yeah, he had a hypno ponytail because as soon as he took it off, I went, "Oh my God, that's Roger Daltrey. He's playing Dracula. It's Vlad."
Well, you could go with this analogy. He may have had some dandruff, but it was like a magical dandruff that made people think.
Oh, wait a minute! I know exactly what you're talking about. The magical dandruff that if you snort, you really don't give a fuck.
Well, either don't care, don't think. I think it's somebody else completely.
You really don't care, just as long as you can snort a lot of it.
Yeah, exactly. Well, he's a rock star. Well, he's a
rock star.
Yeah, but they're learning a little more about her, and now watching the movie is like, what the hell? like even told me like, what the hell? It's like it's nothing like the comics at all.
Yeah. Well, I was referencing, like one thing I learned here from reading a book, from what we've covered so far was, so the serum that she drinks as she went to Earth to now have to feed on human beings. It's like in the movie, it references she got it from her mother, but the comic book shows like she was getting a serum from some scientist that she comes across. So I was like, okay, a little different, but okay.
Different.
Yeah, but it's still referring that she's feeding off of a serum. But all right, and it's just like that other whole I think is like, okay, don't like whenever a vampire bites somebody, they tend either kill them or turn them. But there's two. This has been the second movie that I've seen where a vampire is supposed to be a good person, feeds off of somebody to get their strength back, and the person that they feed off of doesn't turn. Well, this one and Blade.
So that was 90s. I can argue with you a little bit there when it comes to her mom and the scientist giving her the serum, because actually, if I remember correctly, there was a drought on Draculon where there was basically a food shortage. So they already had scientists working on something to extend their food shortages that they were having. And her mother said, I think she said that, our scientists have been working on this, and she did give it to him, but I think the scientists did give it to her mom to give to, and I guess they were giving it to the mother, but she ended up giving it to her daughter.
Yeah. I'm still learning about that stuff. So it's
but like Tim's always the one that I go to because he catches little things like that in the movie because I didn't catch it.
Yeah, there was a food shortage. They were having a resource shortage, so they had scientists working on it. That's the reason why Vlad was arrested. He was under arrest because he was feeding on other Draculons because of the food shortage.
Right.
So, I didn't realize how close Draculon was to Earth. Because when Vlad escapes and takes his crew with him, they jump on a ship and they're literally like looking at the monitor going, there, the third planet from the sun, that one. And I'm like, wow, that took literally like 45 seconds to travel to Draculon to Earth.
Yeah, but how Vampirella got there, it seemed to like a lot longer. It felt like a lot longer.
Well, it did take a lot longer. So apparently it was 3,000 centuries.
Right.
And she was stranded.
Or was it 300 centuries? 300 centuries or 3,000 centuries?
Yeah, something like that. But she was, like Goodell was right. She got stranded somewhere first. Before
she got stranded on Mars.
Yeah. It was some sort of like capsule or like like frozen capsule or in some.
Yeah, she was in stasis, and some Mars astronauts found her and put her on board. I was looking at the astronauts and I was like, God, I know one of those astronauts as an actor. And I was like, cool, I think I know one of those guys. And I wasn't sure if I did or not, but those two guys, I guess.
Well, yeah, you might know because it says astronaut is John L-A-N-D.
John Landis.
Yeah, Landis is one of them, and then the other one is another John T-E-R
Terlesky.
Click on John Landis and see who he is.
Yeah.
What other movies has John Landis done?
No wonder he's the movie guy. He's the movie critic guy.
He's a movie critic guy.
Yeah.
His dad is
Coming to America. That's what he did.
Coming to America.
Yeah, he did Coming to America and Animal House. That's what he did.
Animal House.
Yeah.
And as an actor, he's done a few things too. He shows he
he was in the Vampy movie.
Yeah, if you I'm looking at his IMDb. He's going back to his early stuff. He Death Race 2000.
Sure.
$6 Million Man.
Well, that's another Roger Corman film.
Battle for the Planet of the Apes. Schlock and Red Sun. Kelly's Heroes. It was like the early stuff in like the 70s.
He was a 70s TV show actor.
Yeah, Blues Brothers. He was in the first one, Blues Brothers, and he
there
was
you
in
go.
Blues Brothers 2000.
Who directed the Blues Brothers?
Who directed Blues Brothers?
Another Landis.
Oh yeah. A lot of so this one was a Wynorski film. So it was.
Yeah, he was in Psycho 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then later on, let's see here. He's done a few others. Freeway 2, Spider-Man 2 in 2004. He played the Doctor.
So he's been in a lot of things.
Yeah.
Never a big lead, but he's always been in a lot of things. So that's why I recognized him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The last movie showed that it was like in 2019 that says "I hate kids." He played a psycho.
Right. Because when you say "I hate kids," I'm thinking I hate Fairyland.
Yeah. So he did. Yeah, it does show that he did some TV as well. He did he did one episode of a show called Into the Dark. He did one episode there. That was back in 2018. So yeah, he did show that he did some TV also.
Now, how did you guys like the ending?
Interesting. That's all I got to say. Interesting.
She impales Dracula with an antenna, and then the antenna gets struck by lightning, and it explodes.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I said, interesting.
They literally go from the explosion to Vampirella's face to credits.
Credits. Yeah. That's it. Yeah, and with her picking up the medallion, so
right,
doing her little internal monologue, and then credits.
Yeah, credits. And then Tim, you knew about this, right? About the Hammer Films where it fell through and everything. So originally this was the movie was supposed to be earlier than that, and then 76 was the announcement.
Sure.
Yeah, and then Barbara Lay was supposed to be Vampirella, and then James Warren did a bunch of photos, and then he didn't know what to do with the photos, and guess what he did? He used it for the magazine because it fell through. So he didn't.
That would have been a perfect Vampirella film. First of all, Barbara Lay looks phenomenal.
Yeah,
especially back in the 70s.
Right.
Hammer Films would have given you the cheesecake we would have wanted to see and be expecting of seeing in Hammer Films.
Yeah, me and Del were reading up on it. So Dynamite does have the rights still. It's just they partnered up with another company, with a smaller company. And me and Del read about it. They're like, okay, so they're thinking about talking to Netflix about doing little mini series on the other characters.
Sure,
they're gonna do a major film with Vampirella. So I'm curious what they're gonna do because honestly, I don't want another one of these.
I looked at the Hammer Films when they had the original rights. It's like Hammer Films was like known to do horror movies for its time because they did some of the old Hollywood monster stuff with Universal. They partnered with Universal and a few other movie studios, like
with lots of sex, lots of violence.
Yeah,
Lots of gore.
Yeah, so they were known for horror. So we would, like to kind of go back to what Tim was saying. We would have gotten we
would have got the Vampirella we want, like everybody really wanted, anyways.
Yes.
Well, it still would have been a film for its time in the 70s.
Right.
But I think we would have gotten more of a seductress from Vampirella.
Right.
Because that's what she is. She's a seductress.
Because what was it? It was Barbara Lay, but in '96, before Teresa Soto, they had what was it? The director had Playboy models in mind for her, but the studio kept fighting them on it and going, "Hey, we don't like it. We don't like this idea." Blah 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 blah. And then they met in the middle and got her and Teresa Soto. But the problem was she didn't like the freaking outfit, and the only time she wore it was during the box art. Like like I said, the only time. And then
it's intimidating. It shows off every curve of her body and it doesn't hide anything. So
right.
Yeah, I can understand that, especially in the 90s.
Right.
And where women were wearing shoulder pads and full body business suits.
Right. But just thinking about it, being honest, that outfit, a female trying to throw a punch in that outfit is already going to be a little awkward anyways. Something's going to,
Sure. Well, that's where those mini straps that were underneath her bust line that went around the whole back, was to hold it tighter to her form. So something didn't flop out. Absolutely.
Right.
But she wasn't a very large woman.
Right. And then, so that's why they ended up deciding on this, but I thought it was freaking funny because it looks like freaking a superhero outfit, with the big underwear like the wrestlers.
It went very high up on her belly.
Yeah.
It looks like she looked like she was a professional wrestler. That's what she looked like.
Yeah. And the freaking bat is huge. If you look at that movie, the freaking bat is huge on the freaking. So I'm like, damn, that bat is big.
Yeah. And look who it
is. Oh, Daddy.
I did Vampirella. That's all I know.
he dated a succubus. So
yeah. So he knows the drill.
See that one? See how much lower the belly cut is?
Yeah.
It's below the pelvic bone, which gives it that high hipped. Looks more like a bikini.
Right.
And then the white collar. That would have been much better in my opinion, but let's face it too, we can't run around in what are those 4-inch heels?
Yeah.
Or maybe even 6-inch heels. That's you got to give it to Lisa. Lisa did a great job running around in that tiny little bathing suit anyway.
Right.
So she didn't look bad.
Right.
She looked good. It just the outfit itself just didn't complement her physical form as much as it could have. But the film overall, if I were to give it from a 1 to 10 or an A to F, I would give it an entertaining C-.
Okay.
Or a 5 or 5.5 to a 6.
All right, that's higher than IMDb. IMDb gives it a 3.3, and then Rotten Tomatoes gives it a 21%. So
because you've got snobby people who are commenting about it because they did this or they did that. So movie critics don't know how to relax and have fun.
Right.
It's fun.
Like you said, it's a fun movie, but it's not what we want. It's not what we wanted. It's not what Vampy fans wanted. But
believe it or not, I would watch it again just so I can see Roger Daltrey sing his song that he wrote for the film.
Right. I mean, it was like I said, like Dale tried to sit through it 3 times. So I warned Dale. I go, hey, look, it's not the greatest film in the world, but it's bad.
Because before you hopped on, Tim, I was So my first attempt I was barely like 15 to 20 minutes in that I couldn't go through it. And
he calls me. He goes, "Oh my god!"
Oh my god! Yeah, I was like, "Oh my god!" 20 minutes in, and it's like, where I stopped. My stopping point was when Vampirella was with the nerdy guy in the apartment. Yeah, in the apartment, and where I cut it off, and I have to say it was my favorite line of the movie. Was when as the Vampirella leaves, he goes, "Ella, Vampirella girl, Ella, vampire girl." Vampirella.
Yeah. You see the kid's name. You saw the kid's name, right?
Yeah. It was like Forey Ackerman. So it was like, and that's where Jeff was mentioning. Yeah, it's supposed to be Forrest J. Ackerman's name. So it makes sense.
Did you guys see Forrest J. Ackerman's cameo?
He was supposed. Yeah, he's supposed to be
in the bar or something.
In the bar area somewhere.
Yeah, he's in the bar, and Roger Daltrey's singing his song, and he goes into a little rock part of the song where it's just his guitar playing, and you see that everybody's kind of like bopping around, and then they cut to him, and he's the guy with the big horn rimmed glasses, and he's bopping around, and they cut away from him.
I thought it was him. I'm like, that looked like
Forrest.
I did watch it 2 more times. I watched it last night and then again today. Just the reason I sat down the first time from beginning to end just for like entertainment purposes. And I'm kind of like
first time he watched 20 minutes. He called. He goes, "Oh my god!"
and like after I watched it the second time and the third, then watch it for the first time from beginning to end, and then second time beginning to end. I would say I'm like with you, Tim, like where I kind of grade it, like it's okay. It's just okay.
Yeah.
It's a schlock film. It's meant to be that way. Yeah. I'm used to watching schlock films. If you guys ever seen a Neil Breen film, right. You'll know exactly what I'm talking about.
Right.
If you think this film is bad, go watch a Neil Breen film.
I sat there some bad movies. I shouldn't be too harsh on it because I actually sat down and watched the Zombie Strippers from beginning to end, and that has some pretty bad acting in it too.
Yeah.
but then again, Neil Breen is so bad it's funny. You laugh at it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember one of the name of his movies, but there's one where he's trying to drive a car and eat a can of tuna, and it's hilarious because he's like fumbling all over the place, and he gets into an accident. It's just funny.
You said Neil Green?
Neil Breen, Breen, or EAN, or I think it's EEN.
Okay.
It is the funniest films you'll ever see, but they're entertaining. You got to give it to him. He's very surreal, and it's one of those schlock films, and this is like an Academy Award winning performance if you compare it to a Neil Breen film.
And I'm a Vampy fan, and I agree with you two. And it's an okay film. It's not the best thing in the world, but and I'm a Vampy fan, and then everybody always goes, "Yeah, it's okay if you want to sit."
You know what? This is what I challenge everyone to do. Anybody out there who says that this film sucks, then go make your own damn Vampy film.
Yeah.
If you think this sucks, because at least they put it together.
Right.
It might have been choppy. It might have had some edit issues. It might have had some costume flubs where they were wearing the same piece of costume for different scenes with different actors. But at least they put it together and it's presentable and it's a film.
Right. Yeah. Like I said, I don't mind it. Like you two, I don't mind it. But I warn people when I tell them about it. I go, if you're gonna watch it, it's not the greatest thing in the world. But if you're willing to sit through it, it's okay.
Well, let me ask you guys this: what could we have done with the Vampirella character to make it a better film?
Right.
I mean, literally, she's a female seduction vampire.
Right.
She was originally a host for a comic book.
Right.
Yes.
So if you really want to flesh her character out, she came from Draculon, even though those were some crappy, studio cardboard walls that she was walking through and on Dracula, and with very little, environmental settings, which it was just cold and bleak.
Right.
It was still Dracula. Then they were in a spaceship. She came from a spaceship. She went to
Yeah.
Earth.
Right.
I mean, try doing that on your own. I mean,
Right.
I think the budget for this film was like $1 million.
Right.
Yeah, I guess for its
But
time, I guess like maybe like if somebody were to do it today, to perhaps invest a little bit more money in the CGI or special effects, especially nowadays with technology behind it. You could invest a little bit more. If they're gonna do that, could do something similar to how the movie started. Maybe invest a little bit more money into the whole CGI side of things.
Well, how would you be able to present a woman in a red one-piece bikini?
Yeah.
and make it a serious or maybe an even entertaining, vampire film without. I mean, it's hard to take serious. It's hard to take a female dressed like that seriously.
Right.
Because you kind of the only example I can think of is the Pam Anderson movie. Was it Barbed Wire? I think it was.
Yeah, and that was horrible.
Yeah, that's a bad one.
That's a bad one. And they couldn't take it seriously because of the movie itself and who was playing the movie. It was Pamela Anderson playing a kind of. It was like a big booby chick playing the character.
And nothing about Pamela Anderson. I think she's becoming a more mature person. I can't wait to see her in Naked Gun, the new Naked Gun film.
Yeah.
I hear that her and Liam Neeson had phenomenal chemistry together. So I can't wait to see that. And then that film that she just recently did, I want to say it was called The Life of a Vegas Showgirl or a Vegas stripper or Vegas showgirl, where she plays an aging Vegas showgirl. I hear she almost was up for an Academy Award for that film.
Yeah, that's
I heard a lot of great reviews about her in that movie. Yeah, but it seems like she's trying to be a little bit more serious about which is cool. More props to her. She's trying to find life later on, and
Yeah. I mean, I think that's pretty commendable, for her to do that. But Barbed Wire was interesting. Barbed Wire wasn't a really established comic book character, not like Vampirella.
right.
So even though they did Barbed Wire and they had a big name attached to it and it was a big marketing campaign, I remember seeing the ads for Barbed Wire in other comic books, Marvel comic books. The whole back page would be a Barbed Wire, ad. So, really and truly, when it comes to the meat and potatoes of a Vampirella film, what could they have done to make it more entertaining?
Right.
More violence, more fighting.
I don't know. Because I guess like it was how I kind of view like a vampire, especially if it's a female vampire who's supposed to be a seductress. I kind of think like any other horror movie or vampire type movie, it's like it could be a little bit more darker. So you still have the seductiveness of what you're supposed to be, but have it a little bit more darker. From what
it would turn into, believe it or not, I think it would turn into a female version of Fright Night.
Oh yeah.
So it was I kind of brought this up with Jeff earlier before he hopped on to him. It was like if they were to redo it, I think they need to have somebody have a director who has experience with doing horror. And I brought up the example of Guillermo del Toro, the director who did Blade 2. Blade 2 I felt was still kind of comic booky, but still a little bit darker in comparison to Blade 1. And since he has experience in doing horror stuff, like he did Mimic and a few other stuff, have somebody who's had experience in fairly big name horror stuff to do something.
Well, I love Guillermo del Toro. I think Pan's Labyrinth is one of my favorite films of at least top 10 films of all time. Because I'm pretty sure he did that one.
Yeah, he did Pan's Labyrinth. Yes,
he did Hellboy, did he not?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, I believe we did.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. See, I
So-
think she could. Like you guys were talking about the newer generation to play Vampirella. I think she could. What is it? Lauren Lavera from Terrifier 2. The one that played the what was it? The Scream Queen
She's
or whatever.
the only female lead. Yeah. She's a pretty girl, and she's not bad.
Yeah.
Did you guys?
And then what
Was
was
she in
it?
Terrifier 3? Is she in the new Terrifier 2?
Yeah. She's in the new one too. But her acting got way better in the third one. Or so you'll enjoy that. But if you don't like gore porn,
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah,
she's a pretty girl. But even though she's pretty, let me ask you this: would it be believable for a 5'6", 110-pound girl doing a sidekick in a red bikini? Would you take that seriously?
Right. You got the point. But honestly, you can homage this outfit. Like I said, you can homage it and then have her change into another, a actual outfit that would actually work. You know what I mean? Like, but at least homage it. At least say, oh, like how if you guys seen the Red Sonja trailer or whatever,
right?
Where they go, where the guy goes, oh yeah, blah, 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 something like that, where at least it says gives us at least the fans a homage to it.
Do you know who they wanted? Do you know who they wanted originally for this film? Julie Strain.
Oh yeah. I've read some stuff about that. Yeah.
Julie Strain was in the heavy metal movie, the Faker movie.
Yeah.
She wears a red bikini in that one too. But that woman is large.
Right.
She's not only a tall woman, but she's large everywhere else.
Right.
I could not imagine even her, doing a roundhouse kick in 3-inch heels and take it seriously.
Right.
I mean, did you ever see The Marvels?
Yeah.
Okay, you got 3 female leads. Right. I get it. Strong woman. Yay. Captain Marvel, Miss Marvel, and Photon. Strong women. But my God, they're going up against villains that are 2-3 times their body weight.
Right.
And it just doesn't translate well.
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
The only time I've ever seen where it translates well when a female is fighting is someone like Cynthia Rothrock. Cynthia Rothrock was a real martial artist who was a total badass. And she did a lot of B-Schlock films, a lot of above the law kind of films. And she sold it because she knows how to throw a punch. She knows how to swing a kick.
She is too. She was in Iron Fist as the stunt actresses for the females.
Oh, okay. Well, hey, that's a plus. You know, the thing about throwing a punch and a kick is the follow through. You got to sell the follow through.
Right.
And Cynthia Rothrock, even though she's a professional fighter, she really knew how to sell the physical motion. If you ever seen a Cynthia Rothrock film, she's a badass. I had the pleasure of meeting her at a convention one time, and she's a sweetheart. But she really sold those fight scenes. Yeah, granted, she had the short hair, so she kind of had a boyish look to herself. But there's nothing boyish about Miss Soto here. And someone like Julie Strain, I mean, dear God, she's top heavy. You throw her off balance, she'd fall on her face.
Right. Yeah. I have a few thoughts of who could possibly play.
And then what Dell's recommendation was the one from Daredevil that played Elektra.
So I had like a few of them. So I had Jennifer Gardner as one.
I'll bring up the first one now, or the second one, because I think his second one is a good a good fit.
Right. So that
this is the second one.
Elodie Young.
Yeah. I think she could.
I thought of her. Then what's her face? Mila Jovovich.
Yeah, a younger one, younger.
Mila Jovovich in her younger days. The only reason I say that is because from the movie Ultraviolet that she starred in, which is with the straight black hair. It was kind of like a vampire movie. That was one. Also thought of if you also ever seen the Underworld series franchise movies. Kate Beckinsale.
Younger Beckinsale could, but Beckinsale could play mom if she wanted to.
So, like, if it was Kate Beckinsale was available, because I think she would have been, if they would have done it earlier on. And if you want to really another campy, cheesy Vampirella movie, I was thinking of Tracy Lords.
He's a blonde,
and then Tim, what would your picks be?
Wow. I would probably go with Gal Gadot. She's done Wonder Woman. She's a tall woman.
Right.
She's not petite at all. When I think of Vampirella, I don't think of her as 5'2". I think of her as like 5'11".
Right.
I think of her as a bigger woman. She's from a planet where, strength is part of their character. That's what I would see. And plus, I think her accent would help her because she comes across a bit foreign already.
Right.
So her Israeli accent might give her a little bit of that, feel of,
foreigner.
Alien, a little bit more alien.
Right.
I mean, shit, I would even go with a younger Lucy Liu.
Yeah, man, I can see that. And then,
if you ever had seen the movie Payback, I thought she was great in that one.
What was that actress's name who she went on to do? She was in the original The Mummy.
Oh,
not the Mummy, Scorpion King. She was in Scorpion King.
Yeah. Can't remember her name. Yeah, but I know the actress you're talking about. Yeah.
When she was, she would be able to pull that same look off because she's got that.
Yeah.
I want to say she's got that mixed look to where she looks Asian, but she's got a little bit of a unique look to her, which looks a little more alien, a little bit more
right.
Unique, or what's the good word for it?
Exotic, maybe?
Exotic.
Well, not just exotic. It's exotic is one thing, but would it be like Neapolitan? A little bit more where you don't really know where she's from.
Yeah.
Hard to figure out where exactly she's from. Where she's got a lot of nice traits that kind of blend in and make her look like a. Yeah, I mean,
Kelly Hu is her name.
What was her name?
Kelly Hu.
Yeah, Kelly Hu. Yeah, she was. I met her too, and she was a good-looking lady, but she was also she's a really good actress, I think.
Right.
I don't know. There was a woman who was on a TV show, and I want to say she's Native American. Because her last name, I believe, is Youngblood or True Blood.
Oh yeah. I've heard of the actress you're talking about. Yeah.
You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah.
She was on a movie called The Journeyman, if I remember correctly, about a time traveling a guy who can only travel in time during his own lifetime, but he can change the past of things of that are coming to the future, and he has to go back in the past to change it.
It sounds like Quantum Leap.
It's very much like Quantum Leap, except he's jumping into his own body. And it's called The Journeyman. And I want to say she was either Polynesian or Native American. Great look to her, and she had that really nice straight hair that sometimes they give Vampirella when sometimes she has that straighter hair.
Right.
She was. I think she would have been a really good Vampirella, but Modern day, I don't know a lot of modern actors or actresses.
I had a couple. I had a couple in mind. Dell knows one of them already. Dell know the one that played Wednesday.
Okay.
Kenny Ortega.
Yeah. Ortega is one, and then the girl that actually Tim brought it up. The one since if we're going exotic wise, the one that played in Smallville played Lana Lang in Smallville with the Luther and with the one from the early 2000s that went for like 10 seasons or whatever. That the one that played Lana, I think she could play Vampy, and then
again, both pretty women, but I think they're just too tiny.
Right, and then I had her Lauren Lavera was the other one, was the newer one. Yeah, because the main reason I picked her was because she has stunt training.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Right.
And I know that in one of those Terrifier films, she was in like body armor.
Yeah.
And she looked good in the body armor.
That was 2 when she was in that body armor. Yeah.
Yeah, she was like an angel or something like that.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, she looked really good in that, and she moved well in it too.
Well, I've heard like interviews where she said it was super uncomfortable, but she's willing to. Yeah, I mean, if she's willing to wear something like that, the vampire, the vampire costume is gonna be gonna be okay. But I think she would be willing to do it. And then there's another actress, but she's a blonde. But I saw her with like a wig with like dark hair. I think she will pull it off. It's a blonde. It's the actress that played in Arrow, the last season where she played his daughter, and she's when I saw her with the dark hair, I'm like, I could see it, but I have almost like a whole cast of people that I would want like for her characters though. I have for the Van Helsings, I have two people in mind for Van Helsings. So the first one I have is you would laugh at this one. Sir Patrick Stewart for for the first one, for Dad Van Helsing. The second one was I thought it was a funny one. Wolverine, Hugh Jackman playing his son. I thought that would be fun because, and then the other guy that played Magneto would be another good as Van Helsing, Father Van Helsing, because he could play because if you didn't know, the Dad Van Helsing is actually blind, so it's kind of fun. So it would be kind of fun to see him play blind, blind actor, and then yeah.
No, go ahead, keep going.
Yeah, and then I had Panthera and all those Panther and all those characters. I had Panther. I had one Tim brought up Gal Gadot playing Panther. I thought it would be funny. Yeah, and then like another vampy actress I thought would have been cool. But you said, Saraya from AEW and WWE. If she was younger, but she's only 30 something, so she could still play her if they did bring a movie up.
If I were to say, let's watch a space vampire film,
right?
I think that one has already been made that is perfect. It is a fantastic film, and the reason why you reminded me of it is because you said Patrick Stewart.
Right.
So if you want to see a movie about space vampires, I suggest everyone go out there and watch Life Force.
Right.
Life Force is a fantastic film about space vampires, and it's done right. And the lead actress is butt naked through the whole thing. Matilda May.
Yeah.
I saw that film when I was in high school, and Matilda May changed my life.
Yeah, Robert told me about that one. I remember Robert told me about this Life Force movie.
It's an amazing film, and you can tell that it was maybe a little bit. They were having problems with maybe the script or maybe some rewrites, because it does change so much. I mean, it goes from a space vampire film to a cop docudrama to a zombie apocalypse towards the end. And then it ends like Star Trek with V'ger. It's just an insane film, and it's like I want to say it's like 2.5 hours long, if I remember. It's very long for a horror film, but it's not really horror. It's sci-fi. It's sexy. It's intriguing, and Patrick Stewart kisses. Oh gosh, what was his name? Steve Railsback.
Yeah,
I thought that was funny.
Yeah, it's so I'm looking it up now. 1985, hour 41 minute runtime.
That might be there's an uncut version. I might have the uncut version on DVD. There's a direct cut version of Life Force.
Yeah, it could be because
It's the European cut. It's called because it was mostly shot in Europe.
Okay,
if I remember correctly, or Toronto, Canada. That was another thing. I don't know if you guys noticed this or not, but that was supposed to have been shot in Vegas, wasn't it?
What, Vampirella?
Yeah, Vampirella. I could have sworn it said it was at the Hard Rock in Vegas.
It was supposed to be. Something fell through, I think.
Yeah,
but I could have sworn there's a scene where they're driving, and in the background you see the damn. What was it? I want to say it's either Vancouver, the Space Needle.
Yeah,
it's in the background. I'm like, are they in Canada?
Yeah, it's and then I think it looks like they tried to manufacture the sign graveyard that Vegas has. Yeah, so
originally like I told you guys, a lot of stuff with like I joke around with you two all the time, and I think there's a freaking curse on on her because of all the publishing stuff that's going on with her and all the other stuff that's going on with her. So it's
Did you guys watch the credits?
No, I didn't go to the credits.
I kind of did.
Did you not get to the very end where it says?
Oh no, yeah. I think it's
Vampirella will be back.
Oh yeah.
In the sequel.
Yeah.
Well, I
Dark Avenger.
Yeah.
I kind of figured that with the only reason I figured that they were hinting at a sequel is because of what the way it was shot with the end, like the traditional, the monologue that she was saying at the end. She was pick up the medallion. Usually, that's like movie making 101, and I guess was having that type of internal monologue and then putting on the medallion and talking about vengeance and all that stuff. It was like, okay, they left it open for a sequel.
Oh yeah. Oh, and then you guys brought it up by foreign wise, but there's a new wrestler on WWE right now that's called Stephanie Vicker. I thought she could pull off this one.
Yeah, she's a Chilean pro wrestler, but her English is pretty bad. So it's
right. But if her English gets better, I think she could pull it off.
Yeah. Well, why would you have to speak English? Why can't you just speak Chilean and it would sound foreign enough to where it would be like, oh, and then just have a voice actress voice over her.
Oh yeah.
And have her, do some ADR and then just have an American actress, as it translates.
Right.
I mean, that's a possibility. I mean, hey, if it's funded by Vince McMahon and WWE Films, I can see that.
Yeah, I speak Spanish the whole time.
Hey, nothing could be as bad as John Cena.
Yeah, exactly. Or well, actually, the Marine wasn't too bad. But it's just the stuff that followed.
Yeah, the Marine wasn't too bad, but wasn't the Marine a knockoff of something else? Wasn't there like a Marine 2? No, that was Marine 2. Oh yeah. Well, let's not talk about the Marine 2. That was with the Miz.
Yes, the sequel said it went from okay to bad. Yes.
Yeah.
And I thought a lot of the WWE produced films weren't too bad either. That most of them were halfway.
The Stone Cold ones were awesome.
Yeah, exactly. They were actually pretty decent, and a lot of them were pretty decent. I'm saying I was like, oh well, the first time I see WWE go into something and venture into something outside of wrestling and actually be kind of good. So
well, look, some of the wrestlers aren't always the best actors, but at least the WWE films know what their fans like. They want to see action. They want to see, a nice through plot point that's real simple and has a goal and has an ending. I think that's what Vampirella needs. Vampirella needs a nice story, something that would
a very simple, easy story to follow, and nothing complicated. Kind of care. Follow the basic action rule. Keep it simple, stupid, and go forward.
I'm very surprised that they haven't done like an animated manga for Vampirella yet.
Well, they did the comic book, right, Jeff?
They did the Vampy comic, sure.
It's like
that was very manga-ish, but I want like an anime, like an anime where it's just drawn, and she can ride her motorcycle everywhere and just be a bad bitch.
Yeah.
I think a Japanese anime would probably fit perfectly for something like Vampirella. Who's that?
That's Stephanie. That's the one I said. Stephanie Verker.
It's hard to see. It's got that play button on top of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the.
Hold on.
I'll
find a better picture then.
This is the one from Chile that they're building up. That WWE is like building up to be a big star right now.
Right.
So she's a very attractive lady. A lot of people are kind of looking at her like equally as attractive as Rhea Ripley. So she doesn't have so much tattoos in comparison, So, but she's like the hot mama, the other hot mama, the Latin hot mama.
Yeah.
You know why I couldn't see that picture? Remember, Jeff, you guys probably don't see this, but I had an arrow on my screen.
Oh, okay.
It's like a big play button on my screen.
Oh yeah.
I just touched it to see what it would do, and it just turned off. So I've been staring at you guys through a big play button for the past 40 minutes.
Okay. Hold on, I'll bring it back up so you can actually see what she actually looks like now. So since you got that play button away.
Yeah. Right. I'm not a big, I don't do a lot of StreamYarding.
Yeah, I got you. I'll do it right now. I'll show you what Stephanie actually looks like this time, and you tell me if it's a good idea. Aha. Yeah.
Hold on. Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, she just looks like a petite little thing. She needs that lanky midsection. She needs those long legs. She needs to have that Vampirella-esque look.
I mean, I had a couple of them I had a couple of wrestlers in mind. I had Saraya was the first one. Then I had I joked around and I told Del, I go, it'd be funny to see Charlotte Flair to play her sister, the blonde.
Yeah, but Charlotte Flair, she's always doing plastic surgery on her face.
Oh yeah.
She's been doing a lot of that lately.
I'm closing up the shop. For those of you who are out there in internet world, I'm at 3310 West Cypress Street. We love comics. Come on by and get yourself some comics. Jeff and Del are both customers and friends of mine. But we are here at the store. Of course, you guys saw Eddie a little while ago. Eddie is probably starving to death.
So we rated it and everything, guys. So if you guys want to watch it, I'll leave it in the description below later after this video goes live for us. But
everybody should watch it. Give it some support. It's a entertaining film.
Tim gives it a little more love than I would, but that's Tim. That's Tim with everything.
Dude, it's a Vampirella film from 1996. That's what, 29 years ago? Almost 30 years ago? I think that was a pretty good attempt at Vampirella 30 years ago.
Yeah.
And you got to give credit where credit is due. They got a cast together, they got a crew together. They went out in the pouring rain because it was raining in some of those scenes, and they went and they shot a fun. And Roger Daltrey, come on, they got Roger Daltrey from The Who to play Vlad,
right?
You know, and you can see he's having fun with it. He's so over the top. And this is the one thing I want to point out to everybody. So everybody was wearing fake fangs. And everybody that was wearing fake fangs, when their fangs were out, they all sounded like Sylvester from the Looney Tunes. Buffer and succotash. We're going to bite some necks here and get some blood. Did you guys notice that?
Yeah.
One thing I noticed was like there was like one scene where Vampirella was like talking to Van Helsing, Adam Van Helsing, like she's like talking to him face to face. That she has to turn her head, then turn back. She has the fangs in her mouth, and then to remove the fangs, she has to turn her head, and then turn back with there's no fangs now. I was like, okay, but not like vampire movies from that period or later on that they just show it like they don't have to turn their head; it just pops out.
Because they couldn't afford the special effects in order for it to happen. They had to turn their head and use a cheesy line. You know, this is what I am.
Yeah, exactly.
And this is who I am.
Well, if you guys want something fun to watch and have nothing else cool to watch, it's a fun fun movie to watch. But like I said, I know how bad the acting in it is. So it's like I warned you both. I go, hey, it's but Tim's seen it once before. But I warned Dell. I go, hey, you might.
Oh, that's a thing.
That thing. But everyone out there, go out and see my movie, Fantastic Four.
So guys, well, we appreciate you guys watching for Vampy Book Club. We'll be back next week. We might have Tim if Tim wants to join us again, or we may have Tim on a later episode. But if you guys,
I vote for Pedro Pascal to be the next Vampirella.
But
he's in everything.
That's of late, yeah.
Yeah. And we appreciate you guys watching, and we'll check you guys later. So we'll see you on the next episode.
Thank you for having me, Jeff. I'll be